Hello, all. Uh, sort of a last minute thing that came up. I should have announced this earlier, but a lot of stuff was going on. Anyway, as you probably know, is that they announced the winners of the Grand Prix d'Horlogerie de Genève today. And just wanted to get your reactions about it. So I'm going to go through them. I put the address up there, the URL, if you wanted to open that up in another window. You could take a look at those while we're talking about them. And I just wanted to sort of to get your reactions to it. So let's start on this. One of the oh, by the way, too, somebody say something. So I'm just I'm just not talking to nothing. Hello, hello, say something, type something in. Hunter, how you doing? Good, thank you. Okay. Okay. Hi, DG. How you doing? Um, I was caught by surprise. Uh, Healer, how you doing, man? Lots of surprises. Bruce, how's it going? Richard, hi. Um, it was the biggest surprise was the last one. I had hi Jack. I had put the Beauvais down as a winner of whatever category it was in. I forgot which one it was. Uh, but it won the grand prize. And if it wins the grand prize, it can't win the category it was in. And so I was naturally delighted. I should run and put on my Beauvais, but anyway. So let's take a look at these. And by the way, to Hi Vegas, uh, we the two winners, Adam and Richard, won the Grand Prix picks. That was the contest that we had. It was back in June, I think. Hi, Joof Magoof. that's that's an interesting name. Okay, so let's take a look at the watches that won, and the first one was not a surprise to me. It's the Chanel boyfriend, and the movement. I don't remember who the movement was by, but it was by, I think, I got it. It may have been Agenhor, because I know that Chanel has worked with them, but then they said, well, maybe it's somebody else. I forgot for sure. I had talked about it at another time, and that had been the one I had picked, and a lot of other people in the Grand Prix pits had picked it as well. So that was good to see. The ladies' complication watch prize was won by Van Cleef and Arpels. Now they had something done. Some of the part of the movement was done by Christian Vanderklaw, which was something that High Watch Crazy was something that Christian Vanderklaw is well known for the for astrological, not astrology, but astronomy, astronomical kinds of watches and so forth. Um, the men's prize was won by Akrivia. This is a guy. It was last week, I think, when I was interviewing all of those guys who had watches that were all running at 2.5 hertz, um, 18 vibrations per hour. And I had this guy down for the grand prize winner, and he was one of the people I interviewed. So that was sort of cool. It was neat to see somebody walk up there and get a prize we just talked to. So that was really that was sort of neat to see him win this the men's prize. I forgot who I had for the men's prize, but I may have had him. I had both. This next one, the men's complication. I think maybe this is the one that I had for Beauvais. I don't have all of this stuff in front of me, but this Laurent Ferrier, his stuff, I really like his watches. I have a friend who is very sharp. Hunter Bulgari, didn't Bulgari won last year? I think they won that prize last year with a very similar watch. Maybe that's why they didn't win. Hey, Adam, how you doing? Congratulations. Anyway, uh, yeah, what? Yeah, they did. So it that could have been it. Hey, Captain Zed, they could have not won because it was too similar to the one from last year. That would be my guess. Okay. Three world records in one watch. Yeah, I know. They did a lot of stuff. You could say the same thing for the next one we're going to look at is Singer Reimagined. My God, how many? I mean, that thing has the Agograph in it. Um, I was There was an Agograph in two watches, in this one, and then one they entered in the sports category. And the sports category was won by Seiko. And so I know there are a lot of guys who have Seikos. So way to go, Seiko. It was pretty cool for that. Okay, the chronograph watch price, Singer Reimagined. Now this is a Singer Track 1 Hong Kong edition. Last year, this same watch with a different quote edition was up also. Didn't win a thing. Yes, Hunter, you're right. You should have won last year. And so what they did, they came out with something they called the Hong Kong edition, put it back in. I think there were so many people who were so not happy with the fact that neither one of the Agograph movements in either one of those watches won, that they were, you got to put them up against it. Now look carefully this time, and they won. So I was delighted to see that. The chronometry watch was won by Bethune, and this is the Stradivarius Chronometre Tourbillon. Hey, Payman, have you ever actually overwinded a watch? I don't, Payman, I don't think there's a real problem with that. Somebody told me that it was Healer 74, Fabergé. That's the one I was trying to think. They had the caliber before Singer. You're right. And didn't Fabergé enter it in the sports category? Which that surprised me. Yeah, Fabergé. They had a nice one too. Yeah, I think a lot of times what they do with the sports category is they give it to a lower price one. Close call for the Can-Do. I agree. I love the Can-Do. Sorry it didn't win anything, but that's the way it goes. I tried that Beauvais on at Watch Time, New York. Very cool watch. Truly amazing. Oh man, Bruce, did you try on the one that won the Grand Prix? This is a problem. I was so busy interviewing everybody, I didn't take as much time to try on the Beauvais. Oh, how cool! Yeah, and also too, there were what's his name? Pascal. The head of Beauvais, the guy who accepted the award. He was there, and he had a bunch of his guys went out for dinner, but I had to go. My wife and I took our daughter out for her birthday dinner, so we missed that one. That happened. Okay, so let's see what else we got here. Winners. Mechanical exception watch prize went to Gabriel Force. He was another guy who was at the thing. I saw him. One of the, I think it was Force who I saw talking. Yeah, 2 years in a row. I'm not surprised. They really do good stuff. They really do. Really amazing. Sports Watch Prize went to Seiko. Surprise the daylights out of me. This is the Seiko Prospect 1968 Divers Recreation. Um, Sort of interesting that they did. I'll just put it that way. What the heck, though? But the sports. I got to tell you though, the sports prize a couple of years ago. Who was it that won? It was this like a $2,500 watch with a ETA in it won, and I forgot who the winner was, but they beat out a $150,000 um, oh, the Ulysse Nardine at the time. Okay, jewelry watch prize went to Van Cleef and Arpels. That was my pick too. They have that watch doesn't look like much, but it really is. It is jewelry, but they got a cool watch in there too. Uh, Eberhard, right, Hunter? You're right. That's what it was, Eberhard. Um, Okay. I can't find the Facebook pretentious watchmakers. Oh, by the way, Jack, what you have to do is you log into Facebook and then put up pretentious watchmakers. Some of the guys here are already in pretentious watchmakers, so they can tell you that that's we're starting to move along. Um, okay, uh, Hermes, Hermes won for the artistic crafts watch. Forgot who I had for that, but initially I had chosen Hermes, but then I changed my mind because I thought the one I changed it to had a better watch. But that happened. Jack, you did that, huh? Man, I don't know. Um, not sure. Um, Forgot who it was on the other one. Okay, the Petite Aiguille prize went to Harboring 2. This is the fourth Grand Prix d'Horlogerie prize that Harboring 2 has won. Man, I tell you, they have Harboring 2, my favorite little watch company. They really are, and that's the watch I want to get. Now, since I waited until after the Grand Prix, it's not going to be as available. There's a guy that I bought my first one from in Philadelphia, and he had one just like that. That's the one I wanted. The one that's pictured for the prize one, Harboring 2 Doppel Felix. Rocked upon everything else about it. I just really like that watch. The Challenge Watch Prize went to Nomos. Um, that's a lot of people really like that. I like Nomos a lot, and they make good watches. The one I was rooting for was the Gorilla. Um, they had done some really interesting stuff that looked like these uh, really interesting kind of movement. They had one, I think, that years ago that Audemars Piguet did, and then later on the FP Journe Vagabondage series had something like that in the Gorilla. But I think it was quartz or something like that. And the Nomos, yeah, good for them. They're a good little outfit. The Wandering Hours, that's it. Yeah, 1/10 of the AP price. Yeah. Also, too, H. Moser had a Wandering Hour. That's one I really like. I love H. Moser's. Got mine on. Okay, let's see who else won. The Revival Prize. That Revival Prize, none of us can predict that because the Revival Prize is one that they pull out of the sky. They don't have, there's no pre-selection on that. That's just they pull out. That is a neat watch, so I'm glad it won. It's the Vacheron Constantin Easter Reach Triple Calendar 1942. Fabulous watch. Really glad they won it though. The The guy who accepted it was one of the people who did the design work on the that 2016 new series of Overseas with a really fantastic movement that's also in the Quadrille that I sort of like. Too many watches I like. So I'm building them. Speaking of which, whoops, 1 second, please. Back again. I had on Sunday they're going to have the finish of the of this guy right here. See if I can get the. This one has turned out to be a really interesting. Nuts! Can't even see the face on it. Come on, watch. Well, this mystery watch is gonna. There it is. This is the one that I'm finishing up for Sunday. I'm building a watch, and about the only hard part I have left is to get in this one little case screw, and then cut down on the stem on the crown. Okay, sorry about that. All right, the Audacity Prize went to the clown. Now, the clown or the gesture, something almost identical to this, was up last year. And this is a cool watch. I'm really glad that Chaiklin won that one. It's a lot of fun. It's a neat watch. So I like it. I'm glad they won. And then the Innovation Prize went to Crayon. That's sort of it's a lot of information on that watch. I'll put it that way. It would be, I suppose, if you need that kind of information on your wrist quickly, you could do it. I'm glad to see Crayon won, though. I really am. Yeah, it's sad, with the diamonds and all of that stuff. Maybe if they get something with something innovative like that, they'll go on. The guy that special jury prize went to Jean-Claude Beather. He's been doing this stuff for so long, has saved a bunch of companies from oblivion, and I'm glad he won. He's got something. He may not be in the best physical shape right now, and so that's sad. But I'm glad he won that special prize, the special jury prize. Okay, well, what did you guys think? Your general views of everything. Hunter, Lauren Ferrier has now won 3 times. Tourbillon, yeah. Laurent Ferrier is he's won quite a few. F.P. Journe, I think, has won 7. Then he was going to be a judge. I don't know if you remember this or not, but he was, when they had the original group picked for the judges, F.P. Journe was on the judging group, but then all of a sudden he disappeared. And I think that had to do with the fact that Chanel had bought 20% of F.P. Journe or something like that. And so he couldn't be on a jury and at the same time have them on it. The fact that they won the prize without him is, I think, speaks to, a good deal of integrity. I think they deserved it, by the way. They were the ones I picked too. Laurent Ferrier's won 3 times. Yes, his stuff is. I'd really like to have one of his watches, but there are a lot of other ones I want. So he would be in line, but he'd be further back on some other things. Yeah, I know. Laurent Ferrier annual is easy to set. Yeah, I know. They got a lot of things about it. I tell you though, the perpetual calendar, I don't think you can beat the H. Moser perpetual calendar. That thing is incredible. And it's very subtle to the way they do it. Somebody noticed that they're like their 12 hours in a watch are also 12 months in a year, and so they had the same one using it rather than little thing that reminded you it was a little number for it. And so it was a way of having a much cleaner presentation. Okay, out of the 6 men's complication pickings, the LF was my least favorite. Watch Crazy liked it. I tell you, every time I look at Laurent Ferrier, I like him. I was told by somebody who is a very good watchmaker. He's a master watchmaker. Said that he didn't think that Laurent Ferrier had been doing anything too new in terms of innovation. And the same thing with Patek Philippe. Now, that's his opinion. And he probably knows what he's talking about. I don't care. I still like the Laurent Ferrier. They have a chocolate colored one with a square. Boy, I love that watch. The worst looking LF movement is quite some time. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like I said, it's one of those things. That Acrivia, if you look at his movements and you look at the ones by Lang and Hine and you look at the ones by Roger Smith, you'll see a lot of similarities. Yeah, I've seen the back of them. Like I said, it's one of those things that maybe I'm paying too much attention to the front. But Acrivia, I tell you, those watches are really fantastic. I mean, it's amazing stuff. And here's this guy, young guy, working to get, to start a business, and he makes these incredible watches. Two-time Patek staff. Oh, really? I missed that. Last year, 2 women won for their work with enamel last year. Who won this year? Hunter, Hunter, you were correct about. The movement is Acrivia, yeah. Rex Happy Rexep. I got you. Yeah. No, his stuff is really it is. I agree. It is really beautiful. He deserved to win, and he won. So that's a good thing. I think here's this young guy. He reminds me of a young F.P. Journe in the kind of watches, and he's got a waiting list of a long time to get one of his watches. There's this guy I know up in Northern California who's he's going to get one not too long from now, I think, but he had to wait a long time to get one. That would be a neat addition to somebody else's collection who likes really good watches. Anyway, what other things did you think about it, Laurent and our ex-Patek? Oh, I didn't know Rex Heppy was ex-Patek. I'll be darned. I don't know if you're going to, he entered the Georg last year, and he didn't even make the initial cut, but that's not unusual. That happens a lot with a new guy. It didn't happen with Rex Heppy, but I know what it was. he had terrible customer service. I'll put it that way, which probably means he had really bad customer relations, and he didn't do a lot of stuff. And I think that what we saw at the Watch Time show was sort of, okay, yeah, I got the message. I'm going to start coming out and talking to people and showing stuff. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to come back or not. You know, it's sort of funny. He had the Georg, and I thought for sure that was going to win something. And like I said, it didn't even make it past the first cut. And you know, uh, it just that way. He was there in his teens. Who was there in his teens? Hunter, Rex Heppy, Rex Heppy, something like that. Oh, he was making watches in his teens. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I see. He was in. He was at Patek Philippe. I got you. Yeah, Ferrier was there. Dufour was. Dufour worked with Patek Philippe for years. Oh, by the way, for those of you who get my Patek Philippe magazine came, they have this. This is a Swiss artist. They got a lot of interesting articles. That's one thing I like about it. Here is a great big one on hairsprings that that I'm really interested in, and so it's like for my 1968 3468. I when they sent me a subscription. I've had it ever since. I like Patek Philippe, but I like so many other things more. Okay. Yeah, Laurent Fourier was Laurent Fourier, Dufour, and I guess Rex Heppy. Who are some other guys who? Kerry Vouten-Lannen used to be with Parmigiani. He was working there, and then he decided to go off on his own. Let's see, who else worked for another one that you guys might know? Okay. Well, anyway, this is. I really like the way it turned out this year. There were some surprises, and there are always ones that. I don't know that. Yeah, he worked for some other people too. Worked for nearly 40 years. Yeah, yeah. So was Dufour. He had worked for a long time with Patek Philippe. When Laurent Fourier wasn't racing cars with what's his name, the actor, he was working for Patek Philippe. But anyway, yeah, no, that was Laurent Fourier and Dufour worked for him for a very long time before they took off. Well, look, everybody, Paul Newman, there you go. That's who it was. Anyway, thought I'd have this quick discussion. Congratulations to Adam and Richard for winning in the Grand Prix picks, and hope you see you on Sunday when we're going to have the whole thing on making a watch. Andreas Strehler worked for Moser. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Healer 74. That's right. Yeah, I forgot that. He did the one of the first movements for Maurice Lacroix. He didn't do this one, but Maurice Lacroix's first legit movement was by Andreas Strehler. Yep, harboring work for IWC, and he developed something for him. I think it was a Doppel, something that they weren't able to do, and he did it for him. The Gorilla guys come from AP. That's right. The two. I forgot about that. Yeah, the Gorilla guys are two guys from Audemars Piguet running Gorilla now. So, yeah, that I thought was very cool. Much to my surprise, they were my pick. They were my pick for the challenge, but you know, what can I say? Split seconds, yeah, very cool. Okay, got to run. Thanks for coming. Hope to see you Sunday. Take care.